Hi, Ellen.
Hello, Marla.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Is this your sister? Is it Katie that's disguised as Jamie, or is
Yep, she's trying to be Jamie.
yeah, okay. Ellen, this is Lisa Tronson. So Lisa lives in near Buxton.
Okay,
She's been with Plexus for over 5 years. Two. There's Heather.
that's a while. Good
It
deal.
is, yes. Yep. She had lots of help with her thyroid and weight loss and energy and all sorts of things. So yeah.
Very.
So I am recording, but if you guys have any questions or any detox questions with people or share a win while we're waiting for people to hop on.
I'll ask you a question, Marla.
Yep.
I got a couple girls that started. They're like 30s, 30s, 40s, early 40s, and they're on stage 6 in like 5 weeks, and literally say they've seen no nothing.
Really?
Like I'm scratching my. They're drinking the water like religious. Yeah,
What
I'm just curious.
what's their health goal?
Weight loss for some of them, and the one girl has a few issues. I can't think of the name right now. She said it's two different, could be two different things. It's like she had really swollen feet.
Hmm.
Um,
Will they be
I
on
need to ask.
Wednesday? Will they be on Wednesday?
I don't know.
No. Um, it's so hard unless I kind of look at like your conversations and I could kind of help, but
I know.
you
I
know,
might call you someday about it.
yeah, because weight loss, is secondary if there's a lot of healing to do, so it takes longer. But getting them to understand
I,
that is always harder. But I can send you some
yeah,
testimonies
said
and
they give it 30 more days.
Are
okay,
they
That'd be
measuring?
good. They said they give it 30 more,
okay.
Are they measuring? Have they
but
done
I'm
their
like,
measurements?
I don't think so. Well, actually, they probably did. Actually, they're kind of private people. It's hard to. I keep sending them information and stuff, but
Yeah.
they'll do 30 more days. They said, but I sent them the stuff about 90 days and your cells regenerating and all that, and I'm hoping they keep plugging along.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
yeah, calories, like are you having them kind of maybe write down what they eat each day when they drink their water, when they're moving their body, just for
That's
accountability?
my next conversation.
Yeah, kind of like what I
Yeah,
had
that's my next
Tegan,
conversation.
Tegan do, because I think it just helps everybody understand a little more too. And it helps,
Yeah,
you see what you eat each day and stuff. So yeah. Okay. All right. Many
I'll
are
do
hopping
that.
on. Yay. Um, hello, Connie, Alyssa, Carissa, Erica, Andrea, Georgia. Is that your new friend, your new gal, Connie? Georgia?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Okay.
Georgia's actually on my team.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that you have some people on too, Heather. Perfect. And Kelly Halst. And now I see Katie. I think that's everybody. All right. So we are, I only want to keep this to like 30 minutes if we can tonight because everybody's busy. I am recording this so we can share it. I saw Heather Bruce was on the leaderboard for most customers. And I'm like, how do you get customers? So we started a conversation. We're in another peer chat also, even though I don't get on those calls a lot, but she's just a gem. She's been so helpful. And so she agreed to come on. I was on her team's call last week. And so, yeah, I think we'll just let Heather, do you want to just start? And then you can hop off if you want when you're done, and then we'll finish up our business stuff, or you can stay on. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
You
Thanks for the
bet.
invitation. I
Yeah.
was very humbled that you asked me to do this. So I have been with Plexus for over 7 years. I'm going to give you a little bit about my backstory, but I just wanted to let you know 7 years, y'all, and I didn't become an Emerald until last July. I finally became Emerald. But customers have always been my jam. Like I've always had high PV. So much so I was telling Marla that my very first convention, so I actually joined New Year's Eve of 2013. So December 31st, 2013, jumped right in. And I'll tell you that in a second. But by that summer when we had convention, which was actually in Dallas, and I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I went to convention that year and I didn't even realize my PV was high. Like I didn't realize that was a big thing, but I was averaging 3,000 to 4,000 PV. And I didn't realize that was a kind of a big deal until my upline, 2 uplines from me, Natalie came up to me at convention to introduce herself to me. And she's like, "You're the one with the high PV. I wish you were my level 1. And then I had to think about that because, you know, we get our override, 5% override commission for level 1. So I was like, ding, ding, ding. That's why she wanted me to be her level 1. But until she said that, I thought that's just what everybody did. Okay. So a little bit about me. I'm a mom of 3 girls. When I joined Plexus, I was actually pregnant with my 3rd one. So, and I was very, very pregnant with my 3rd one. And that's the reason I joined Plexus, is because I had gained 68 pounds in my pregnancy. With my 3rd child, I was 38 years old. And my doctor was telling me that, you know, don't expect the weight to come off real easy this time, you know, between your age and your 3rd one, and you've gained so much weight. And I was like, like that sounds like a challenge to me. So I had been watching a lot of friends from high school talk about this pink drink. And to be honest with you, I have done network marketing in the past, never really worked out for me. And the first thing I thought of was like, oh, they got suckered into the MLM. I've never even heard of this company. They at least should have joined one that was like well known, right? And that was kind of my mentality. But I continued to watch them. And when I saw a guy friend that I had gone kindergarten through 12th grade together, and he posted that he lost 40 pounds with this pink drink, I was like, okay, y'all, I just came back from the doctor. They told me I was going to have a hard time losing this weight. I'm out to prove my doctor wrong. Tell me, you know, is this safe? Da, da, da. So I looked into it. My mom was also going through some, like every month she was complaining about the extra weight she was gaining. She was postmenopausal and all this stuff. So I was like, you know what, Mom, why don't we do this together? Like our New Year's resolution, we're going to like lose this weight. And I was literally 2 weeks from my due date. So my sponsor actually was offering a New Year's Eve special. And so I jumped in. And at that time it was, I mean, really wasn't that great of a special, but she was offering to refund you your join fee. And at that time it was $34.95. So that's all it took for me, y'all, was offering to give me a $35 Visa gift card. And I was all in, right? And I jumped in at that time. I don't know who else has been around this long, but at that time, ambassadors did not get a 60-day money-back guarantee. We got a 5-day money-back guarantee. You had to be a preferred customer or a retail customer in order to get that 60-day money-back guarantee. And I'm one that likes kind of a sure deal, but I also knew that I was probably not going to lose 68 pounds in 60 days. So it didn't really matter to me that there was a 60-day money-back guarantee because I was going to be trying it for longer than that to lose my baby weight. So I wanted the best pricing. And when she offered that special, I jumped in. So, but I was not going to work the business because I had done network marketing before and it never worked out for me. But I was going to get this, you know, I asked her a million questions. Are you sure I don't have to sell? I don't have to keep inventory. They're not going to make me purchase a certain amount every month. I mean, I asked all the questions, got all the answers I wanted to hear. And so jumped in, thought free membership, right? How can we go wrong? My mom actually bought my welcome pack from me because she was going to start the products because I was still pregnant, naive, ignorant, whatever you want to call it, didn't realize I could take it while I was pregnant. And so she was going to go ahead and start with my welcome pack and then I'd buy more after I had the baby. But then buyer's remorse set in and I was like, oh crap, my husband's going to kill me that I have joined this thing. I'm going to be buying weight loss products when I just had a baby, and his mentality is going to be, babe, seriously, like you're supposed to gain weight. You just had a baby. Why are you buying weight loss products? And I also was going to be on full pay medical because we did not have medical insurance that covered my maternity. And I was going to be on unpaid maternity leave because I only worked a part-time job and had no benefits. So I was like, yikes, like buyer's remorse, big time. So I thought, I asked my sponsor like the very next day. I asked her, what do I have to do to try to regain, to pay for my products? She said, just post on Facebook like we do. Like, seriously, like that's all I have to do. No parties, no deliveries, no inventory. She's like, seriously, just post on Facebook. So starting January 2nd, joined the 31st at literally like 30 minutes before the deadline. And then first enjoyed my family time on New Year's Day. The second was my very first post. And I was like, y'all, I don't know if you've heard about Plexus. My friends have been doing it. My mom and I decided to do this weight loss thing. So as soon as I have the baby, pounds are coming off. Y'all wish me luck, something like that. And people started immediately asking, what are you doing? And so, I think I also posted that I was going to get, because back then in your welcome pack, you got samples too. And so I said, I'm getting samples in my pack. So who wants them? And I started getting, messages. I want them. I want them. I want them. So I was like, okay, so that worked. And so I posted just every day. By my 7th day, I got my first friend that wanted to join with wholesale too, just like I did. And she joined. And literally, so then I delivered on the 17th of January while I'm in the hospital. No, the 16th of January, sorry. 16th of January, while I'm in the hospital on the 16th and 17th, one person joined, another person joined. I went silver in 17 days. And while I was in the hospital, not working my business, right? Just people that I had previously talked to, they decided to do it while I'm in the hospital, went to the site I had given them. And only reason I knew, they didn't even tell me because they knew I was having a baby. I was, on my phone in the hospital, just had a baby. And I had an email that said, you got money or congratulations, whatever. And I got $100 bonus for going silver. And that was my light bulb moment that I was like, this is way easier than all the other things I've ever tried before. All I've been doing is posting on Facebook. I can totally do this while I'm on maternity leave. Maybe not only pay for my products, but make more money where I can stay on maternity leave for the full 12 weeks, because I'd never been able to do that with my other 2 babies. I was always like kind of pushed out of the nest. You got to go back, make more money, got to get that paycheck. So I thought, I could maybe, really do this. And so I looked more into the comp plan. What did I need to do to make the most money? And my sponsor was like, well, really, you get paid 15% for this amount of PV, but anything 500 or more, you get paid 25%. Well, that's easy math, right? Why wouldn't I go for 500 PV, bump my commission up to 25%? So I'm like, okay, that was my first goal, was 500 PV or more. And so I made a deal with myself that every time I was nursing the baby, I would be on my phone, because I'm just sitting there anyway, on my phone, watching videos, reading testimonies, posting whatever I needed to do to train myself and to get my business going and start making money. And that's exactly what I did every single time. So every 2 to 3 hours for 20 minutes, I'm on my phone doing my thing, just sitting there anyway, might as well be making money. And that's what I did. So my first month, I did have over 500 PV between I don't remember exactly what my check was, but between my silver bonus and my PV and all that, I think I made roughly like $300 my first month. Not like outstanding money, but $300, right? Like that more than paid for products. So I was like, okay, I can totally do this. So it just kind of blossomed from there. I advanced, I'm not going to say rapidly, because obviously it took me 7 years to get emerald, but from silver to senior ruby went pretty quickly. I think I did that like within a 2-year time span from silver to senior ruby. And then if you want to say stuck, because I hate that word, but I was stuck for 4 years at senior ruby. But that is not a bad place to be stuck, y'all. Senior ruby money's really good. It was more money than I was making at my other job. So it was, really good money. And so it was not a bad place to be. Of course, we always want to go to that extra little oomph to get to emerald. But that was just part of my journey, right? So about the PV, I always wanted, high PV. And back then, because the ambassadors didn't have a money back guarantee, I really pushed them being a preferred customer first before going the wholesale route. We didn't even really use the terminology wholesale back then, before going the ambassador route, because I wanted them to be pleased on their products first. And then I always use the verbiage, and when you love the products, not if, but when you love the products as much as I do, then we can upgrade you. You can pay that $34.95 to get a wholesale membership and then have the whole, the ambassador pricing. So that's kind of what I did. And then I was constantly, every 60 days, then they'd advance up. But in the meantime, I had my funnel filling and had more preferred customers underneath here. So I've always kind of had that mindset of kind of vetting them, are they really a good fit for an ambassador, or are they, have they really been wavering in and out? Okay, I'm going to order. Oh, I can't order this month. Oh, I'm going to order this month. Oh, just kidding. I can't. And they start ghosting me. If they're really wavering like that, I'm really talk to them about being a preferred customer first. Just because a lot of us know a lot of times they jump in on that amazing welcome pack pricing. And then that lasts 1 month. And then the next month they're like, I'm just going to buy a bag of Slim, just going to buy a Pro Bio. And we're like, you're not at 100 PV, and they don't have to be. And that's a blessing with Plexus that they don't have to be, but it sure doesn't help our business very much. So I kind of vet them a little bit. And they don't really know their options unless they've really done the research, and most people haven't. They don't know that you have retail, preferred, and wholesale and all the ins and out of that. They know what you tell them. So we've had lots of conversations. I've, talked to them a whole bunch before I even present pricing. And that's one thing that I do when I train my team. I don't ever give out my website, and I never discuss pricing until we've really had conversations about what their goals are, what products I think would fit those goals and why, and educate them on those products. And then ask them, okay, from what I have described to you, from the suggestions I have made, what products do you think would fit best into your lifestyle? And then they'll start picking, well, I think that one really sounds good. No, I don't really want a meal replacement, but this one sounds good. And, and so then, okay. And then, and even if they ask me pricing, y'all, I deviate as much as possible. And I'll even, if they get kind of insistent with it, I'll be like, you know what? I kind of want to really see what you want as far as your goals and your products first, because there's a lot of different combinations that we can do that I can make the best pricing through a combo as opposed to just individual pricing. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's see what products, and then we can go on that. And so I really try to, navigate the conversation, control the conversation as much as possible before we ever talk products. Okay. Let's see, what else do I do? Okay, the ATM, before ATM method, hopefully all of you know what the ATM method is. So we add, we tag, and we message, okay? I use that all the time. But even before we had a customer page, and I think Marla said y'all have one too, your Plexus lovers or something like that. So even before we have a customer page, I did that just on my personal post. So I always kept notes. And so let's say Georgia's my friend and she contacts me and she's like, Heather, tell me about this pink drink. And so we get on a conversation about our goals and she's like, well, really, I have arthritis and I'm type 2 diabetic and I'm just really looking to make some changes in my life. And so I'm making notes, right? Georgia, arthritis, type 2 diabetics. Okay. So whenever I then post a testimony that talks about those things, or I post something about products that could help inflammation or get your blood sugars down or whatever, then in my comments, I'm tagging Georgia. Okay. So even before we had a customer page, I did that on my personal, and I didn't even know about ATM. I just thought, how can I make sure Georgia sees this information? I'm going to tag her in the comments. Okay. I'm not tagging her in my post, so it's not going to go on her wall. Nobody's going to know but her. I'm going to tag her in my comments. And now I do the same thing with our customer page or the events that we throw, and anybody that I've invited to the events and they've accepted the invitation, I tag them on posts, especially ones that specifically relate to things that I think that they're looking for. So I'm very in tune with my friends and the inquiries that they have made and what they are looking for. So I'm always keeping my eye out for them, right? And when I see something, even if I see something somebody else has posted, if it's a public post and you can see if it has a little world up there, if it's a friend, if it's a public post, I know I can tag anybody in the comments and they're going to see it. So maybe Georgia's made a post because now Georgia's a rock star ambassador and she's posting about it. And she does something, and I'm like, ooh, my friend Sally really needs to see this. So I'm going to tag her in Georgia's post in the comments because Georgia's made it public, and I know that Sally can see it. So I use ATM all the time in all different areas, even on my team page. So on our team page, we started off back when I turned gold is when we started team page. I don't recommend that. 7 years ago, didn't know any better. But I started that at that point in time, especially people that were kind of either falling off or they were getting really quiet or maybe they're inconsistent. You know, those people that are here on Zoom calls, right? We don't have to tag each other because we are like full-fledged, all about Plexus lovers, right? It's those other people that were like, they're being really consistent, or I saw that I pushed their sub back or whatever. So those are the people I'm going to be tagging even on my team pages. And maybe I've posted something about the product of the month and it's something that would relate to what Cindy's been complaining about. I'm going to tag her in the comments so that makes sure that she draws attention and Cindy will read this post about Mega X or whatever it is, and she can read about it. So I do it all the time in all different areas. Let's see. Also, strategic posting. This is my favorite thing. Favorite thing. So if you know anything about Facebook algorithms, you know that, and part of my daily IPA too, is that before I make any kind of post, whether it be personal, Plexus, it doesn't matter, every morning I wish happy birthdays, so everybody in my birthday list, and I go comment on 10 people, so I have my friends list, and I also have my list of my like top 100 people, you know, my Franks list. So I have those lists going on and I just go down those and I make sure I comment on 10 new people every morning. And then I go next 10. So every morning I'm commenting on 10 new people's posts. Okay. Why do I do that? So it throws them into my newsfeed and me into their newsfeed so that they will see whatever I have to post for that day. Okay. But I also do strategic posting. And I will, let's say I found a testimony that was amazing for asthma, okay? Somebody had a great testimony and it was about asthma. And my friend Beth has been struggling with asthma, has been asking me about Plexus. She's never bought. She's just, you know, inquiring, whatever. So I'm going to go comment on Beth's latest post. Oh my gosh, your kids are so cute. Did y'all have a lot of fun at wherever they just went or whatever? Okay. Start a conversation. I don't just like it. I don't just do a one word. I really try to engage and have conversation, right? Then guess what I'm posting later that day? An asthma testimony so that hopefully Beth sees it. Okay. So I do that all the time. So, and I go and hopefully y'all know how to search for testimonies. So I go and I search specifically, or if I have somebody on my list, that's another thing. So, you know, we all have these Franks lists, right? And we like write out to the side, okay, this person is interested, but they've never bought. This is their issue, whatever. My gosh, they have asked me about Plexus, like, and I look through my thread on my phone. I'm like, gosh, we've been talking Plexus for 2 years and she still hasn't bought. So what can push her over the edge, basically? And so then I'll go, okay, she's, you know, got psoriasis, right? So I'll go find another testimony about psoriasis. I'm commenting on her wall so that she's in my newsfeed. Now I'm going to go find another testimony about psoriasis. And I'm going to post it that day. Just drip, 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 drip all the time. Okay. And it works. Our customer page is not my customer page. It's like our larger. It's actually that girl that I told you, my 2 upline that told me she wished I was her level 1. She started it and just our whole team kind of uses it as our prospect page. But that is my bread and butter. Okay. So since month 3, was my first month that I went over 1,000 PV, and it only went up from there. And like I said, by June, by the summer when we had convention, I was like some months 3,000, sometimes 4,000 PV. Since that time, I've never really dropped below 1,500. Some months, a low month for me is like 1,800. Most of the time it's between 2,000 and 3,000 PV for a solid 7 years. And my bread and butter is preferred customers, and it's the ATM. That customer page, I use it like nothing else. I'm always adding people to it. So if anybody inquires, I'm like, you know, it's no pressure sales. I'm just like, here's the information. I'm going to talk to you about it. We're going to talk about your goals or whatever, but I also want you to join this page that we talk about health related stuff. It's not all Plexus, because sometimes we post, you know, healthy recipes or whatever. Our page is called Let's Get Healthy. So it is primarily Plexus, but it's tons of testimonies, product information, and just overall health info. A lot of times I'll find like a article that backs up gut health. It's not a Plexus article, but it's a research-based article that talks about the benefits of gut health and how important it is. I'm posting it on there because that is a third-party validation to what we do all the time. And I'm like, people always think it's me all the time. I'm constantly posting in there. I'm adding people, I'm posting, I'm tagging. I'm adding, I'm posting, I'm tagging all the time. And my customer base is just huge. And I still do that vetting where I'm, you know, trying to decide which is the best route. And then after they're consistent for several months, over 100 PV worth of products, then I talk to them about upgrading. But it's constantly that funnel that's being filled. And then follow up. That's the last thing that I feel like I'm really good at, and that's a follow up. I don't let a single ghost or a single discourage me from following up again and again and again until they order or until they tell me no to me Plexus ever again. And I've never once had anybody tell me that. So just because they're ghosting me, I kind of look at it for me, like there's sometimes, I'm sure all of us have seen a message and it's not a good time to respond right then. And then because it's out of sight, out of mind, we forget about it. And then you go to message that person about something else and you're like, oh my God, I never responded to your message. I'm sorry. Or people could see it and they just feel bad saying not right now, or I don't have the money, they're embarrassed, whatever. So there's a million reasons why they might not respond to you. We can't take it personal. Okay. We cannot take it personal. We just continue going because there's other people that we can help. While they're deciding, we're helping other people. So I constantly, I'll make up some reason to follow up, not just, hey, just checking back in. You ready to buy yet? I rarely do that kind of follow up. Usually my follow up's like, oh my gosh, girl, I just saw this video about those products that we're talking about. I've never seen this video before and I thought of you. I wanted to share it. And maybe it's, you know, some ambassador that's gotten on YouTube and made a video about, I don't know, MetaBurn. I'm like, gosh, that was a really good video. And so-and-so has been wanting weight loss. And we talked about MetaBurn. I want to share this. And so that's my excuse for opening that door again. So I'll send them videos or I'll make up a special. Maybe corporate's not offering a special. Usually corporate's pretty good about always having some kind of special. But even if they don't, I'm the owner of my own business. I can make any special, anytime, any day, any hour that I want to. So I will do that if I need to. And if, you know, they've just sitting on the mints and I want to offer a special, maybe it's the end of the month and I'll go in and I'll be like, you know, hey, I just wanted to let you know you interested in the triplex before. I know it had to, but if now's a good time, we do have I have one more $20 off code and I'll save it for you if you want to use it this month. Okay. And I always have those $20 off codes from those $3 or not $3 boxes. They're 3-day boxes. I always have those $20 off codes. So I buy a pack of 5 of those every month and I write it off as a business expense. I use the 3-day things. I dissect them or whatever you want to call it. And I use those as samples and I use the $20 off codes for people, right? As my own personal sale. And so I'll go in and offer people stuff like that. So I do follow up, I do monthly, I use corporate sales, I create my own sales, I do videos or like graphics or something, you know, maybe, especially like if I see something that's really, I don't know, like explains, you know, like sometimes you see those graphics and they'll have like, this is what the pink drink does. And if you need this, this is what an active can do. And if you want this, this is what this can do, you know, those that kind of, so be like, girl, this is the ones that we were talking about. I saw this graphic and I thought maybe this might put it in a different way, you know, because everybody learns different. We might talk on the phone. We might do a private message. I might send a video and maybe none of that clicks, but maybe this one little graphic that explains it, you know, and she can see it clicks. So I just try different ways and I try to open that door in various, you know, various ways. I think that's pretty much it as far as kind of what I do. I don't always go for, I know it's really, really easy to go for those welcome packs every single time, but that's not always the best thing for long-term for our business. It is the month that they buy the welcome pack because we get those pay points. But, you know, if they don't have the 100 PV moving forward, then it doesn't really do us a lot of good. And then our PV suffers from it. Just think about all the people that you have that are under 100 PV. What if they were your preferred customer instead? How high would your PV be? And 25% of that would be nice, right? Plus, you know, our preferred customers, we get those bonuses on top of that. So it's not just 25% commission, it's also the preferred customer bonus for every individual product. I mean, for Slim alone, that's an extra $15 plus the 25% commission. So Bag of Slim, I have, you know, people that just sit there on my team. They might not be my level ones, but on my whole team. Bag of Slim, Bag of Slim, Bag of Slim. I'm like, man, that could be somebody's PV. That could be, you know, good chunk of change right there. So I also downgrade people. If their anniversary is coming up, I keep close contact or close eye on that. And so if their anniversary is coming up, I talk to them about the fact that, hey, you probably don't want to pay that $39.95 wholesale membership because you're really only saving this much a month. And I do the math for them and show them that it doesn't really make financial sense since they've only been buying a Pro Bio every month. They're saving a whopping, $3, $4 on a Pro Bio, and it costs you $40 to have a membership. Let's make you a preferred customer. You'll pay a little bit more in the beginning, but once you hit that 4th month, then your pricing comes down and get another 10%. So you're paying almost wholesale pricing and you have saved yourself that $40. So those are just kind of some tips and tricks that I use for my PV to be high. But I post every single day, something about Plexus without fail. I'm always doing that. And my IPA, if nothing else, I do my birthdays, my 10 comments, and then I do a personal post and a Plexus post every day. Even if I get nothing else done, that's what I do. And that consistency is what pays off. I can't tell you how many times people have come to me and they're actually, I come from a small town. And there's a lot of Plexus people from my small town because my upline kind of started it and there's a lot of people. And so our small town, like everybody that we went to high school with, they see all of us posting, but a lot of people will come to me and they're like, I know so-and-so is posting too. And they were actually in their grade, or I know that she's doing Plexus too. And they were actually in her grade, but I haven't seen her post in weeks. So I don't even know if she's working the business anymore. I want to get in on that Joy Own special you were talking about. Okay, so I don't even know this person, wasn't in my grade in high school, but they know me, we're Facebook friends. They saw me posting, they didn't see the person posting that they actually were better friends with, and they are now my customer, right? I'm not going to turn it down, but it's consistency that's helped me get those customers from even mutual friends of other Plexus people. Okay, that's all I have. But I don't know if there's more than just Georgia, but I see Georgia ask a question. You get your piece. You know, Georgia, I don't know. This was actually the first time I've ever made the leaderboard. And I know my PCs from that actual week were the $75 or more because I was earning the success sprints on them too. But I'm not sure if there is a minimum to like make the leaderboard. I don't know, because that's never really been, you know, like my agenda. Actually, I was at an award ceremony for a Chamber of Commerce supporting friends that were getting awards the night that email came through, and my phone started blowing up. We're like at this formal sit down gala dinner and my phone's like blowing up. I'm like, what's going on? And people are telling me, you made the leaderboard. I'm like, what? I never in 7 years made the leaderboard, although my PV is always high. It's not like, you know, because they do it by the week. It's the most PCs in that week. And it just had never happened for me before. So that was kind of cool. But I love Plexus. It's probably the easiest. And when I say that, I just mean, y'all, what we do, and we don't have to go get a doctorate degree to do what we do, right? Like, we love on people. We share what we love. We're consistent. We don't give up. and we get paid for it. So it's a pretty cool gig, if you ask me. Anybody else have any other questions?
When did you hit Emerald again?
Last July.
Last July.
So it's kind of a cool, last July, it's kind of a cool story because, so I'm very, I don't know what you call it, religious, spiritual, whatever you want. I have a great relationship with my Lord. And 7 has always been a number in my life, like always. I can tell you a ton of stories that 7 has been a number in my life where he speaks to me through the number 7. And he had told me back in year 5 when I was like, Lord, like, come on, like, why am not emerald yet? And he told me 7. And I was like, 7 to be emerald? Really? Like, I gotta wait 7 years to be emerald? And then I kept, you know, my human self, my flesh is saying, maybe he means diamond in 7, right? Maybe he means diamond. And he just kept telling me 7. And so last summer, you know, the pandemic hit, and I actually had a lot of really cool people join my team or start working. Some people, like Tracy's on here, she was my best friend from college. She had actually been taking the products for several years prior. But when the pandemic hit, she's an elementary school principal. She decided, I'm going to start working, right? So she started working the business actually this month, last year. And so her and several others, there was another lady that had been taken for years, and she was with the school too. She decided to start working and had some other people join. Anyway, some real go-getters that started adding a ton of people. And we had some really great months, April, May, June. And so just the momentum started picking up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I can do this by July, you know? And July is kind of the cutoff or whatever every year to get the Hawaii trip, or last year it didn't happen, but to get the Jewel trip is by July, and it just like snowballed. But what's interesting, and I wasn't telling my team because we had 13 rank ups that month, but I wasn't telling my team that I had hit actually several days before the end of the month, but I didn't tell them because I wanted them to continue to push so that they could reach their goals that they had set for themselves in their rank ups. And so they kept pushing, and we had 13 rank ups, which was amazing. But y'all, also side note, so he speaks to me through the number 7 and 21. Those are the two numbers, 7 and 21. So this whole time I'm thinking, so what's going on? Like, my 7th anniversary is not till December 31st. And so I'm like, you know, talking to the Lord, all this stuff, what's going on? Like, I think we're going to hit emerald, but my 7th anniversary, you've always told me 7. What does 7 mean? Because my 7th anniversary is coming up. He's like, you're in your 7th year, Heather. Like, you will have completed your 7 years on December 31st, but you're in your 7th year. July is the 7th month of this year. And then I ended up, my points for that month were 1717. 1,717 points. Okay, so 1717 were my ending points. You have to have 1,500 to be a emerald. And that night after it happened, I'm in the shower and he tells me, what overage, what like more blessings did I give you above and beyond jewel or emerald? 117 points, 217, 21.7. My mind's like blowing up, right? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And then that level 2 upline that I told you about that wanted me as her level 1, I was her 7th jewel on her team. So it was just like all this stuff. I'm like, Lord, you are too funny and too cool. And this was a really, really neat experience. So I love all the time that it took me to get there. I love every bit of it, and all the, you know, the valleys and all the highs and everything. It's really, really cool. So.
Oh, that's good. That's what's so cool about doing this, is everybody's story is so unique, but God has his hand in it for all of our journeys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I love how you
absolutely,
you know, shared that, you know, sometimes we stay at a certain spot for a while. And I would say that's where the personal growth really has to happen. But, you know, and just think if you would have quit, you know,
mm-hmm.
you know,
Exactly.
that's when people want to quit. It's like, don't quit. The best is yet to come, right? Yeah. And then I started, you know, in
Absolutely.
2015. So I did the same thing as you, Heather. We had just the 5-day money back guarantee. So I had everybody sign up as preferred customers. And once they were happy with the products, I had them upgrade. I would have a few people that just wanted wholesale, but I was on the leaderboard one time, I think just once, and it was when all those people upgraded from my first post to in September or October. They all upgraded about the same week, it seemed like. I think I did a special. Since it's our own business, we get to make up our own little graphic and say, hey, I'm going to give you $20 back. So yeah, it's
Yep.
so great. So does anyone have any questions about anything? Now's the time to unmute yourself and
No questions, Heather, but awesome tips. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you found some use out of my experience. So
yes, and I'm sure, Heather, are you watching all the diamonds from the little secret meeting they had and just wishing
yes. Yes.
you? I know.
Yes. I said, I wish I was a fly on the diamond wall. Right. But, and y'all probably seen them all too. I showed my team today because anything one of them posts, and I know they're not supposed to tell anything, and they haven't really that I've seen given any, you know, really like hints, but what they've said just makes you just like on the edge of your seat. Right. So I don't know if y'all saw, somebody posted a quote from Tarl that he made at the,
I saw
whatever,
that.
I don't know what they called it.
A couple people did, but I can't remember what it said.
So striving to be the most trusted and rewarding network marketing company.
Yeah, there's something.
Like that's his goal.
I asked
To be
a couple.
the most trusted and rewarding network marketing company.
Yeah, and that's huge because a lot of people don't trust network marketing. I mean, right? Raise your hand if you agree with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we want to be
Mm-hmm.
that different kind of company that does it the right way. And so, yeah, hopefully in June, get registered, you guys, for convention. The virtual training's coming up May 8th. I posted all the dates in our business builder. Make sure you get registered for all these because I think the information is going to come out soon from what, I don't know for sure, but it just seems like it. Right, Heather? Would you say that?
Yeah, I saw, I think it was Christy Hull posted that, let's see, here it is. She said, we just walked out of our all-day diamond meeting in Dallas, and y'all, we cannot express enough how mind blown we are over the things that are coming soon, in all caps, soon. We cannot wait to fill y'all in next month. Yes, in May.
Okay. So I wonder if the virtual express, if that's where they'll
June
share.
is going to be insane. No, I hope so.
I'm so excited. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. This
Yeah.
is so good.
So Andrea asked, what do I do with my 70 to 90 PV people? So, you know, Andrea, that list drives me crazy. I have like on my whole team, which obviously we're an Emerald team, so it's a little bit more, but still I have like 80 people on that 1 to 99 list every month. So I'm always going to them if there's, you know, to check in on them. I taproot a little bit, meaning like not just look at my level ones, but anybody below that too. Or I'll have my leaders and I'll be like, you know, hey, Tracy, can you go talk to so-and-so and just see how they're doing on their journey and, you know, see what they're taking, what their goals are, see if we can add anything to that, you know. I try not to incentivize too much. Just, you know, like every month I might do it one time, but not every single month offer them, hey, if they'll order another product, I'll give you $15 back. Just doesn't make, you know, good business sense. We can do that once to try to get them to try a new product, because hopefully they will love it and they'll continue to order it on their own from then on out to get their PV up. But those are the people that sometimes you just have to kind of stick it out until it's their anniversary, and then you can have them downgrade to the preferred customer level. I also will do I'll ask them if they are interested in, sometimes I'll run like a 7-day posting challenge, and I'll ask them if they're interested in what's paid for. And so then I put those people into, we do it about once a month. We'll put those people that are willing to do posting if we give it to them, and I like literally spoon feed them the post to do every day. But I also make them do happy birthdays and 10 comments first, because I want to warm up their market. Okay. So we have a chat thread that we put those 7-day posting challengers in. And so sometimes we'll get people to do that. And just by posting for 7 days, even if they get like one customer during that 7 days, sometimes then that's enough to boost their PV up, because they don't have to personally buy an extra product or two to get their PV up. If they could just find a customer or two, it would get their PV up. But nobody's going to know that they can buy from them if their storefront's not open. So that's the point of doing the 7-day posting challenge. And so I don't do it longer than 7 days, just because I feel like they fall off the horse. But I'll do it for 7 days and to see. And a lot of times then they're like, oh my gosh, I got some bites. I didn't get anybody buying yet, some bites. I'm like, cool. Then I take them over, and I have a 101 page, which is like a business page where it's more of a training. It's called Plexus Training 101. And I do different stuff in there all the time for my workers. And that's where I throw any of those newbies into that are like, okay, that 7 days wasn't so bad. How can I continue to do this? But I need some more hand holding. And so I throw them over there, and then they can, take it from there and hopefully get a customer or two. But those are kind of my only options, offering an incentive to buy something, to try something new for a month and hope that they love it and they'll continue doing it, or asking them if they would be willing to do a posting challenge to try to get a customer or so, and then wait for their anniversary and downgrade them.
Yeah, and we've also,
hopefully that helps. I don't know if you've tried any of that or not.
We do the post of the week in our business builders, but you could always add people in there who are interested. But also another thing is explaining to people how much money they'd save if they ordered 2 bags of Slim 1 month and then skipped it, pushed it. So every other month, it still wouldn't be 100 PV every month, but we have had that training anyway. I've trained the team to do that. So, but it takes intention and a lot of time. You almost have to be on the phone to explain all that, right? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it takes more managing of the account too, because we don't have a way to automatically set it up to run every 2 months. So, or, every other month. So it takes intentionality of going in there, making it 2 and then skipping a month, and either showing them how to do it or doing it for them too. But that is definitely, something to consider. I've had several like daughter or whatever, like relative, level 1, level 2 people, and they're both under 100 PV. I talked to them about combining their orders, so like I have a level 2 who is a friend of mine. She went to my high school, also actually my church too. And her level 1 is her mom. And oftentimes they are both under 100 PV. I'm like, Amy, you think you could combine you and your mom's order this month? Because they right there together. She can easily take it over to her mom, and they combine it to get it 100 PV instead. Sometimes I feel like it's just explaining to them, that the under the 100 PV doesn't really help your business. And although it's great pricing for them and you want them just to go get that pricing, is there another way that it can be a win-win for both of you, and by them combining, they're actually saving on shipping now, and combining it.
They get perks,
mm-hmm.
And then we'll earn commissions. So
mm-hmm. I've also had somebody come alive who was always under 100 PV when she finally figured out that she could get hemp for 150 PV. And because she was buying CBD oil from another company and spending, like $90 on her CBD. And so she's like, wait, I can get it free here if I just bump my order up a little bit. Because I think she was always like at 87 PV. I'm like, yeah, if you're at 150, you could get a free, or you pay for shipping, but free hemp. And so she started doing that. She just ordered more products because it saved her money in the long run between buying 86 PV here and then $90 worth of CBD over here. She just kind of all combined it, got more products for her same money, basically. And so you just never know what's going to work, whether it's perks, CBD, whatever, for whoever is in your downline.
Yeah, I kind
Different
of
things
forget
speak to different people.
Yeah, I kind of forget to even mention the CBD, you know, as an incentive, but that might even get somebody to push it up that high.
Some people pay lots of money for CBD.
Yep.
Yeah,
Be worth it doing a post maybe in our
for sure.
product lovers who would like to get their CBD free, paid for, you know, something like that, just to see who bites on that. But when you're talking to your ambassadors, just remembering that. Thank you for bringing that up. Which I have to buy mine yet.
Sure thing.
I haven't bought mine from last month yet. I got the email. But yeah, anything else, anyone? No? Okay. Thank you so much, Heather,
Well,
for
thanks for
spending all this time.
listening. You're welcome.
Okay, and we'll meet.
Thanks for having me. Good luck, everyone. In the month strong.
Yes, it's Magic Week, right? All right.
Sure. And does the Joyum special, does it end tomorrow night?
No, it said till the
Or is that just something I had in my head?
Till the end of April.
Okay. I don't know why I had the 26th in my head. Okay, cool.
Yep. Yay.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye. All right. Wanted to keep it short for us, but I wanted to explain quick. If you didn't catch what corporate did, they added to the incentive that they started out the month with. On the 22nd, they added to, if you help 6, you earn more money. So helping 3 this month, you get $75 extra. That's over and above if you're ranking up to silver. And that's in the weekly payout the next week. And then if you add 3 more to get 6 this month, you get an additional 125, you guys. I don't know if you saw that on Plexus Ambassador, and then we got emails on it too. That's a total of $200, and they are going retroactive. So that's from April 1st. So if you have anybody from April 1st to the end of the month, 6 is your magic number, you're going to make an extra $200. And other than that, on the 28th, there's going to be a training in our Business Builders group from 2 gals that are both jewels in the company that they're really Instagram savvy, which I'm not. And so they're going to come in for 20 minutes at 10 o'clock. It'll be just a live. And so it'll be in there if you miss it, and tell you what they have. It's called Design Rhythms. And they really do makeovers of your Instagram with you. I mean, you have to do homework, it's work. But it's just an opportunity if you want to take advantage of it. You know, you just have to listen to what they say and sign up and go for it. I've seen a lot of people really transition their Instagram and make it really, they said it's just up their algorithms. They're getting more customers, they're getting more ambassadors. So it's been really beneficial for them. Okay, we had an event in Devil's Lake that went well. We have one coming up in Crookston. Can you go over who has the date down and the time for that? It's the 4th. Andrea, are you still on? Erica? Maybe not there. Anyway, there's one in Crookston, so we'll find out the details. It'll be posted in our Business Builders here. If you have people in the Crookston area, they can always pop in at the event.
It's 6:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
6:30 on the 4th.
Okay, thanks. So I had the 2nd still in my calendar here, but I knew you had changed it. All right. And then we'll just kind of plan on getting our May calendar. We're going to do things a little differently in May. For May, June, and July, I'm going to try some different things as far as when we do our Zooms and how we do our events. We have our event, on Tuesday, and it's probably going to be live streamed right on YouTube, because Facebook is not allowing me to zoom into a group now, you guys. I've troubleshooted with Zoom. They said it's a Facebook thing. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to live stream it onto my YouTube. So if you log in, though, to the Zoom, you'll be on there, okay? And I'll still record it and stuff. It'll be recorded and put back in the group, but it's going to probably have to be just live streamed, which will be kind of cool, right to YouTube. We have 4 people sharing, so if you don't have the graphic, make sure you go to the Business Builders and find it. It's one of the announcements in the middle. I'm excited about it. 2 of the gals, it's the first time they've ever shared on Zoom. Two of them are Jules, and they've shared quite a bit. So other than that, anything else? It's magic is end of the week. We have lots of time to reach out to people, send messages. I have something I found. I was going through my piles of stuff. This is a messaging booklet. If you haven't got this, it's from a Brooke Hemingway training. So I think Connie, you have it. Megan Klein would have it. Kelly Carlson would have it. We all got it at our first Align, I think it was. But it's so good. It just talks about, just gives you ideas on what to say. So if you want that, let me know. I can send that PDF to you. And it's always nice to have something. There's even ideas for Zooms. Also, I had my first messenger chat party. It went really well. You guys should try that. If somebody wants to just take 15 minutes to talk about the products with a few of their friends, it ends up being just one conversation in there, and you're just posting testimonials and education. It was so simple, you guys. And my friend got 3 people. She only invited 3 new people, and all 3 signed. The rest of the people were ambassadors. There were 7 in this little group. It was the simplest thing. So if you want to be me to put you in the chat so you can see what I did, I can sure do that, but it's in our guides. All the information is there. I kind of changed it a little bit, but yeah, so it's really, really simple. Yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you all for taking time for tonight and spending it on here. Any wins that you want to celebrate? I know we have 3 new silvers ranked up this month already. I think Ellen, one's on your team. Jody has one, right?
Yep, that's right.
Yes. And then I think Lois has one, and Kelly Carlson has one. So, and I think there's some people that are pretty close to ranking up as well, which is exciting. So let me know if you need me to help you in any way. I'm willing to do pop-up Zooms. Those are easy to do. You can decide to have a makeup party, or hey, you can host your own party. Like, do you want to be a guest? I'm going to talk about the products that we have for gut health and beauty health. It's that simple, you guys. This job is so simple. It's just doing it. That's all it is. Any questions?
Marla, I have a new level 1 I got yesterday that I'm gonna talk to you about. I might text you tomorrow and ask you a couple questions about her.
Okay.
She might have got me to gold this month. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Okay, so Katie ended up at 95 points last month. 5 points away from gold. So that should do it. If all your other, I haven't done Ellen, have you looked? See how close she is?
Yeah, she lost one or few, so she should be over.
Should be over. Yay! We'll have another celebration. It's so fun. Isn't this fun? Yes. Say, anyone else? Oh, and then Carissa, thank you for, did you load all the events for the sugar craving crusher or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you able to go in there and see it, or am I the only one who can see the stuff that I schedule?
Yes. That's what's a bummer about Facebook.
Okay.
I'm ready to just really just get away from Facebook and just do Zooms. and using our phones to call people. That's kind of where I'm at right now, because Facebook is causing so many issues. So just letting you know, there might be some changes for May for that. So, but you can do your own Facebook parties. I don't care, but the groups are changing. It's just a lot's changing. So, and Zooms are almost easier. I think they're more personable. People can actually, engage and ask questions. And even if I do little Zooms all the time with people. You got to do that sometimes it's like having them over for coffee without them coming to your house. It's just that you're on a Zoom, so it's just having a conversation in a different way. So it's more personable though. So, and if you don't have a Zoom number, it's so easy to do if you need help getting it set up too. You can always use mine, but sometimes mine's used quite a bit. So I've had people join in my Zooms before. So in the middle of a party. So it's not a big deal. It's always kind of funny, but it's free for the first 45, I think 45 people on or something like that. Used to be anyway. All right, anything else? Okay, let's end the month strong. Want to share any goals you have for the end of the month? 3? How are we doing success sprints? I'm 10 points away from the Dyson, you guys.
Do you need my address, Marla? You can send it to me.
Well, that would be awful nice of me, wouldn't it? Yeah, so there's some great incentives, you guys. It's just what a blessing we have. I mean, they pay us on top of all these extra things. So anything else? Remember to post, be consistent, kind of what Heather talked about. And for those of you that don't have social media, Ellen and Katie don't have social media. Ellen is Ruby, Katie's gonna hit gold. Lois is, well, Ellen's close to Ruby, there we go. Lois is Ruby. So you guys, the good old fashioned, hello, how are you? Gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. That works so wonderful. Or voice messages. I was voice messaging with a gal today from Michigan, and I haven't seen her for, 20 years. And she messaged me about something, and she goes, oh my gosh, it was so good to hear your voice. I haven't heard your voice for like 25 years. Anyway, so voice messages are so just like being on the phone. It's close. So, all right, Kelly Hulse must be working, so. And I was gonna talk about the product lovers. That's going great too. I love the 60-day challenge. If you guys make sure we get over there and comment and encourage people. And then for May, yeah, we're gonna do something a little different for the wellness group, which I'm gonna talk to you guys about, but I don't wanna spend time now because it's too late, but it's gonna be good. So I'm excited for Tuesday. Get your people in the group for Tuesday or get them the Zoom code. We want lots of people on, okay? All right. I'm gonna sign off. Have a good rest of the month. Bye.
Bye, Marla.